Stay focused. We got this. Now, where do we go from here? Now, very simply here, once you saw that liquidity, I talked about that in the previous video. You have to watch that later if you have not, because I talked about that very beautiful 5-day moving average liquidity, as well as that 20-day moving average that you see is trending in that yellow algorithm here right now. Now you have to pay very close attention, because if this wants to head down, it must grab this liquidity here on the way down here, together with that 20-day moving average in that yellow algorithm here. Now, whether it heads down in that orange, but the best is if it heads down and breaks the algorithm in that green. You have to understand this pattern first, understanding the main liquidity for the bears at the 20-day moving average and at another level where the blue algorithm is. So understanding all these liquidity levels, you will be prepared if it happens when the market wants to grab the liquidity. You will be absolutely ready. Now, FOMC is a lot later next week. It's not this coming week, it's next week. So we can also wait till then for that to happen. So while we chop in that liquidity wedge, it's absolutely possible before it starts heading down or we start forming nested heads. Absolutely possible as well. So you have to learn to understand how to be looking out for liquidity and where are the algorithms that's building all these liquidity. Now at this point here, you do see that we have closed the larger cup here. Now you see all the bearish scenarios first, but it's kind of bullish here with that 5-day reclamation. I will explain that in a bit. But you cannot have a bias. You realize that I'm making money every day on both ends. Whether it's going up or going down, it truly doesn't matter. Just find profits in the charts. Don't be one that has too much bias. Now the reason you have bias is because you want to catch 10-point moves. Yeah, you have biases like that because you think that making money you require big moves like that. But I've shown you day in, day out, you just need half a point, 1 point. Sometimes if we are lucky on Friday, for example, yes, you can make a big chunk of money. But otherwise, every single day you see me do it. Half a point, 1 point, you still can make a 100% trade. You still can make your 5 figures as long as you know what you're doing. So when you remove yourself of such expectations and such biases, you're able to find profit so much better. Now back to this. Right, we closed the cup here. You have to be more concerned with that. Take a look intraday. We closed the cup, right, where 20-day moving average is very near. So this could be the handle. Pay close attention. You want to be looking out for if the yellow here is controlling the liquidity, and that's where I talked about the yellow. Right, so pay close attention to this yellow algorithm here and whether we grab the liquidity. Now, by then, 20-day moving average will be some sort of resistance. So just pay close attention once again. Just take a look. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? So you have to be watching out for that. Now, however, we have an engulfing candle here and we have a nested structure here. If you learn to see that, you will understand what happened on Friday is that nested structure here, right? And then we have a nested structure here as well. So if you translate that in the 30-minute chart, this is exactly what you see. A nested structure here after breaking out from that green. You see green was building liquidity and we had that short breakout here. But you have to be very careful because this was a power hour move on Friday. So it's slightly less reliable. So just pay close attention. You want to be looking out if it continues in that buying continuation structure in that green. So pay close attention to that because of the bounce off that green. You see, it's the green algorithm. This is important. Understanding this green algorithm is very important here because previously you knew where the breakout was from, right? If you watched yesterday's video, so please watch that. You understood that was the nested right shoulder and we had the breakout here. So this is where, technically speaking, the bulls can retrace back to and continue the way up if they want to. You understand that? And this particular component here continues to build support from that green algorithm, from that 20-day moving average, and now also from that 5-day moving average with that engulfing nested right inverse head and shoulder pattern here. So look out if there is buying continuation. My only consideration for this is that it's in power hour on Friday. But whatever it is, wait for Monday. Look out for whether there is buying continuation. And if there is, then this can be that handle that we are waiting for, even though it's massive selling. Now, don't be so perturbed by this selling, because this is just one main algorithm that's selling. It's a big boy, it's an institution that's offloading, so be it, right?